Good morning. Happy Monday. I pray that you had a wonderful weekend. We're continuing in the series, The Power of the Appetite. Okay, we're talking about the appetite. Last week we started off with dominion over desire. And today the title is Why God Gave Us an Appetite. So let's start off with some key scriptures here. Psalms 37:4. It says, Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Okay, he'll give you the desires of your heart when you delight in him. So we can't forget the first part. I know we like to focus on the second of the scriptures, but we got to remember the first part. So in Matthew 5:6, here's another one. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. So that hungry, that thirstiness, God wants to fill that place. Okay. Everything on the outside of that place is going to abuse and misuse your hunger and thirst. Just want to tell you that. So today, appetite is not a flaw. Because of the scriptures that we just read, God did not create us empty or indifferent. Okay. He created us with the capacity to hunger, right? To desire and to pursue. Appetite is proof that we are designed, right, for connection together, fulfillment, not numbness, not isolation, not on your own, right? It's together, okay? When we look at it biblically, appetite was meant to draw us toward God first, right? Hunger is a signal. It's not a sin. But from a different perspective here, when you're thinking about our feelings and our emotions, right? Our appetite feels excessive. When it feels that in some moments, it is often because the desire is pointing to something deeper, okay, that has not been addressed, right? And that's why sometimes they tell you don't go in a grocery store hungry, right? And you get mad because you don't put everything in the cart. Well, if you would address your hunger before you go in the grocery store, you will be putting all this extra stuff that you don't need, okay? But the appetite becomes dangerous when misplaced. So when we expect temporary things to satisfy, right, this eternal need, because it's connected for God first, the appetite gets distorted. So food, relationships, success, comfort, distractions, they cannot carry the weight of what only God was meant to fulfill. God created that capacity.